Hello, church. We just want to come and update you and just share with you some thoughts as to what we're looking at as the leadership of our church and just for our people as a whole. What's next? What's next in this Sunday and what's next, maybe on the horizon for a few Sundays and for the next couple of months. Let me just say first, before we talk about what's next, thank you. Thank you to all of you who took the time and the energy and worked so diligently to get a survey completed and get it returned. Those were looked at. And myself and the deacons, we gathered on Tuesday evening, and we want you to know that we spent a good amount of time just praying and asking for the Lord to just help give us some wisdom. We also looked over those questions and answers that you submitted to us, and we saw that, one, there's good news. We have a very diverse church, very multi-generational, and very diverse in different lifestyles. But also in our diversity, we noticed that different people have very differing ideas and opinions about what's going on and how to recover from that. I want you to know that half of a group of the people really think that we just need to stay continuing in some YouTube services and some drive-in church. And then almost the exact another half of the people are ready, chomping at the bit to get back into a worship service, whether it's unrestricted or restricted. As you followed the governor this last Monday, you know that he rolled out a plan that's kind of phase 1 and phase 2 and then probably phase 3 after that. And what we want to share with you is that we believe that it's in the best interest of our church for the next 2 to 3 weeks to try and remain doing YouTube services and drive-in church. And there's really a couple of reasons why we want to do this. One, in order for us to have gathered in the church together, we would need to follow the 25% rule. And that would only really, honestly, allow us about 50 to 55 people in our sanctuary. And so we know that there's more people that want to gather than just that. Secondly, during phase 1, the recommendation for our church, not just 25%, but it's also to not do children's ministry in nursery. And that becomes a huge barrier for families, whether your son is 5 years old or you have kids all throughout children's and nursery. So not being able to provide answers for those solutions or solutions for those problems, our goal is going to be to remain doing a YouTube service and a drive-in church. Because the ultimate goal is to get to phase 2. Phase 2 hopefully will begin the week of May the 18th. As long as everything in our state goes well and as things begin to open and there's not an increase in the pandemic, then phase 2 would allow us to meet in a worship service, would allow us to have children's and nursery opportunities, and it would give us the opportunity for 50% occupancy. All of those things would allow us to gather together a lot more safely. So the hope is, beginning the week of the 18th, so potentially May 24th would be our first opportunity to gather together in our sanctuary. But we want you to not be disappointed. We don't want you to be angry or any of those things. We're going to produce a worship video, and we want you to worship with that if you want to stay home. And we're also going to gather together, and we're going to have a worship service in the parking lot. One small caveat that I think is going to help the parking lot drive-through service is that we have decided to move the service this Sunday to 9:30. So not 11 o'clock, but 9:30 in the morning. Why? Because it'll help with the heat of the day. So we're going to encourage you, if you got kids, bring your kids, put them in their jammies, bring them up, bring them in your vehicle. Just come and worship with us. I know these next 2 or 3 weeks are going to be hard and be difficult as everybody's trying to adjust to what a new reality and a new normal looks like, but we still serve the same God, the same loving and just and forgiving God that we've always known. So we pray that you'll join us either through YouTube or through a drive-in, and you'll continue to be praying for our church as we get a chance to move through these phases to reopen, that our people would be safe and healthy and blessed, not just physically, but spiritually. And we love you. We love all of you. And we can't wait to just continue to see how the Lord works all of these things for His glory. Have a good day, and we can't wait to see you soon. Bye.